Okay, Sistas fans. Now, this video is something I didn't expect to do because, around, what is it, typically Friday of each week, I would do a kind of a response or, for lack of a better term, a recap to the recap that TV Line typically does on their website. I believe that over the past month or so, Andy Swift, one of the workers at TV Line, would do the recaps, and I really love doing those because, those were recaps just had a bit of humor and kind of a voice for the people because I don't think I've ever seen any other media outlets online accurately depict how fans feel. When I read a TV Line recap, it felt like I was reading the comment section of, my videos or live streams. But there was no recap last week. And not to jump to assumptions, but I did look at some other websites because maybe I didn't look hard enough and I didn't find it. But I think BET.com usually does recaps as well, or at least they used to. I think one of the last articles I remember doing a video on about BET was, I think, maybe 5 storylines or something like that, 5 plot points that fans want to see in season 5. And again, like the TV Line recaps, that article had a bit of, I don't know, semi malice to him because I've never seen, the mothership, if you will, BET, speak so bluntly about Sistas, hey, this story is moving too slow, or this character, what they feel makes no sense. So I did talk with some people, and I've been hearing whispers that maybe these outlets like TV Line and whoever else, they've kind of grown tired of the show. And I don't know for sure, but maybe this week will tell the story, or at least around finale time, because if I'm not mistaken, August 10th, so basically 2 weeks from this or 2 weeks from tomorrow, is going to be the season 4 finale. And will the recaps pick up then? I don't know. I mean, was last week just they just chose not to do one? Well, I don't know. I mean, ratings were pretty good. If I remember correctly, ratings were a 0.96. Yes, it was a drop from the million the week prior, but a 0.96 is still pretty dang good. It's just the fact of a lot of people and a lot of places have been saying the same thing about the show really going nowhere. I mean, like I said in my review last week truly felt like a Zatima episode, but the sister stuff kept getting in the way. I mean, it seemed like we were moving forward with the Zach and Fatima stuff, but then you have Andy talking to Danny again about Gary, which she did earlier in the season, and then from there you have Gary bugging out, which he typically does a lot. And Sabrina and Karen had a good moment, with Sabrina getting ready for her date with her new boo, but then she had to bring up Zach, and then from there, Karen brought up the same repetitive things about him coming back, and I want to see him, and this and that. And of course, Danny was spouting her nonsense about Preston, which she did back in episode 5 or whatever. So yeah, it felt like everything outside of the Zatima content was just rehashing the same old stuff, showcasing that, folks, we're almost 4 full seasons into the show, and when it comes to the main 4 women, not much has changed. It feels like almost every one of them, one around them has changed in some respects, except for the main characters. Anime comparison: Ash Ketchum. It's 2022. The show's been on for 25 years or something like that, or 30? Is it 30? Basically 25 to 30 years. He's still 10, but there are characters around him who have changed or aged up. Wait, what? So, with that being said, we'll just have to wait and see if these media outlets decide to recap the show this week or not. Because, like I said, I don't want to ring any alarms or anything, but it just was noticeable because I'm used to a bombardment of messages or tweets or whatever. Hey, Jeremy, check out this person's recap of the episode. And remember, I'm not counting other YouTubers like myself. I mean, I'm talking about like TV Line and BET, outlets that typically had cast interviews. Remember when TV Line sometimes had 1 to 2 cast interviews a week? And I would do videos on that, and they would talk, and the cast would talk about, oh, here's a little tidbit for I can't spoil anything, but just expect my character to be going through this and that. But maybe because the show has become so stagnant, I hope that's the right word, stagnant, or basically non-moving lately, it really isn't worth it. And not to mention, with Zatima content being the only content that seems to be changing and moving forward, they're probably not doing a lot of interviews with Val and Crystal, because guess what? The Zatima series is coming out maybe in the next couple of months, and as a result, I'm pretty sure the press tour and whatnot for that is going to be insane. So with that being said, what do you think about the different outlets online not doing Sistas recaps? Do you think they just gotten tired of the show, or do you think it was just a week where everybody decided to log off? So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think the show is moving too slow? Do you think that it's going to lose interest from fans? Not going to lie, with a 0.96 rating, we could talk all we want about how slow the show moves, how boring it could be at times, how Tyler needs to change it up. But if the ratings don't take a significant dip and, goes from like a 0.9 to a 0.7 to a 0.5, nothing's really going to change. That's just my opinion. So with that being said, thanks so much for tuning in. Hit like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And I'll catch you in the next one.